What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from ISM Brewing, and they're out of Long Beach, California, and this is their Big and Busy. So this is a West Coast Triple IPA that is brewed with Simcoe, Columbus, Citra, Mosaic Cryo and Nectaron hops. It comes in at 10% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just under 6 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Sierra Hotel, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that he sent my way. And he sent me 6 beers in total, all of which were hop-forward West Coast beers. And this is actually the 6th and final beer from said beer mail that I am reviewing. And did I save the best for last? I don't think so, but there's only one way to find out. And the reason I say it is because he sent me some doozies like Elder Fu, which was the collaboration between North Park and Russian River. Absolutely delicious. He also sent me Swabby's IPA from Pizza Port, a West Coast classic that I never had before. Super delicious. And one of the best hop-forward beers I've had this year, and one of the best triple IPAs I've ever had in Triple Cuff from Wondrous. So this has some stiff competition, but at the same time, I'm here for it. So I don't know much about ISM Brewing. It says on the side here, it says this triple IPA is a behemoth, but a well-balanced one between its alcohol body and high kettle hop bitterness. The triple dry hop charge lays on the finishing layers and bursts out flavors of tasting notes I'm not going to read. So this is triple dry hopped, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been on the West Coast IPA kick lately. Sierra Hotel. Did I say Sierra Nevada at the beginning? If I did, I apologize, Sierra Hotel. I may have said Sierra Nevada. I do that sometimes, but it's the Beer Patrol. I'm not restarting the video. It is what it is. He's Sierra Hotel. He knows, and he's awesome. Anyway, we're going to pour it into the glass here. So I am expecting a big beer here. It's a West Coast Triple IPA. I don't know if this is more of a new school or old school. Does it matter? Not really. I just want it to be delicious. Just under 6 weeks old. As you may have already seen on the channel, Power Plant, big Triple IPA from El Segundo, didn't hold up that well. It's around 6 weeks old. However, the Triple Cuff that I reviewed, another Triple IPA, was around just over 3 weeks old, and it was, again, one of the best Triple IPAs I've ever had. So this beer, however, looks pretty fantastic. So it has that beautiful, like, honey orange color, has beautiful vibrancy. You can see my hand through it, so the clarity is fantastic. Had about a finger of like a bright white soap-sudsy looking head, has now dissipated to a thin film. Good carbonation bubbles. I'll bust out the light, although it doesn't seem as necessary anymore with a lot of these beers, but you can see the carbonation stream there. Yeah, I think it looks really nice and akin to what you're looking for as far as the style goes. Let's get a nose. Holy shit, what is that? Dude, this smells like straight up weed. 100% like marijuana. It is. It's the weed, but then it's like the old school like Summit hops of that like ranky dank garlic and onion. There's underlying sticky sweet stone and tropical fruit. I'd say like peach, apricot, nectarine. But then like that again, that exotic fruit I've been talking about recently, the passion fruit, the guava, the lychee. This doesn't have a big citrus blast, which it's kind of different. It's more of that layered stone and tropical fruit with a huge dank kind of resinous quality. It's not even really like all that piney. There is a little bit of like a spruce kind of feel to it. It almost has that aroma of like minty, almost minty, kind of like shout out to Joe over at Giles Arcade. I've been shouting out a lot of these West Coast reviews because he is from the West Coast. He loves West Coast IPAs, and he's a great dude, great beer tuber. So go check him out if you've never checked out his channel. He's got like almost 10K subs, and he's one of the best in the business when it comes to beer tubing. I love his channel. But anyway, he says like after drinking orange juice after brushing your teeth, this has a little bit of that minty kind of like sprucey vibe. There is some malt, not huge or anything, but like white bread for the most part. It smells good. It smells like it might be a little bit sweet. I can't smell the sweetness, but I smell the perceived sweetness. And it smells like it might have a little bit more of a leaning sweetness, but only one way to find out. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Sierra Nevada. I mean Sierra Hotel. Cheers. First things first. What the fuck? How are these breweries doing this? Like, I'm accustomed to triple IPAs of the hazy variety or the New England variety hiding the alcohol, but I've always been one of those guys that like once you get in the double IPA range, but then triple IPA range for sure with West Coast or old school American IPAs or American triple IPAs, once you hit that like 9%, 10% ABV, you get the alcohol. I'm not getting the alcohol here. That's fucking scary. It's 10%. How am I not tasting the alcohol? And you might be bullshit. You might think I'm bullshit and be like, all right, I get a little bit of it, right? You could taste it a little bit, but it's not like it's hidden so well. Like if you told me this was an 8% double IPA, I'd be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's an 8% double IPA, but not a 10% triple. Body is definitely a bit thin. It's just like higher side of medium, lower side of full. We'll go through the spiel as I say in so many of these triple IPA reviews of any kind. I need a couple things from them. They can't be too sweet. I don't want to taste the alcohol. And I don't mind and actually prefer if the body's a bit thinner than what a 10% beer of any kind would kind of dictate from that ABV and the amount of malt they're using. So this is lower in terms of the body. It's a little bit lighter, but it's my preference. So that's not a negative against it. It's actually a positive for me, but it might be a negative for you. So keep that in mind. So yeah, a little bit thin body-wise, but it works for me. The mouthfeel, it's super crisp. It's very clean. Has a nice moderate carbonation on the palate, maybe a bit over. Yeah, and like so many of these, this finish is dry and quite bitter. The taste. Now, the taste isn't over the top. This does not approach the triple cuff from Wondrous, but it's definitely better than that power plant. It has nice layered complexity. So up front, a little bit of white bread kind of hits me right away and never to be seen again. It's just like a little pop of it. Right after that, though, it's more citrus in the taste than what was in the nose, almost nothing in the nose. I am getting like a nice, almost juicy kind of orange mixing with a pithiness, a little bit bittering. Then after that, though, it's peach, it's apricot, it's nectarine, it's mango, big stone fruit vibe, over ripened, so sweeter on the palate. Then comes the passion fruit, a little bit of pineapple, a touch of lychee. There's even like a honeydew melon rind hanging out. The finish, huge, dank, resinous quality. Not as dank and not as specific to that weed/marijuana vibe that I was getting in the nose, but it's dank. And it's more of that floral kind of pininess, a little bit of that minty spruce vibe. So for me, 100% more dank than anything, but it does have a nice piney, sprucey kind of floral finish. This finish is bone dry with a very moderate bitterness, maybe a touch over moderate bitterness. This is more dry than bitter. And I thought it was going to be a little sweet. I did say, yeah, this might lean a little bit sweeter. Not really. You know, it has a decent amount of sweetness because it's 10%, the sheer amount of malt they're using, but it's so dry in the palate. It has such a beautiful bitterness that it really does balance out, and it actually leans more dry and bitter than anything. So kudos to them. Not my favorite triple IPA of all time, but this is fucking extremely good. It's very, very good. And I'm just dumbfounded at the ABV being hidden as well as it is. I think flavor-wise, this is probably like a low 4.25. If I gave Power Plant a 4, and I might have been a little bit generous with that, this is probably like a 4.1, 4.2. But because it hides the alcohol so well, and it has the body that I enjoy for a triple IPA, and that it's not sickly sweet, I'm going to raise it a little bit. So I'm going to pour the rest of this, and then I'm going to formulate a score. But I pretty much got one in my head. So I'm gonna give it a little bit higher than a low 4.15 or 4.2 for sure. First beer from ISM Brewing, and I'm impressed. This is really, really nice. So ISM Brewing, they're big and busy. Did I even say big and busy at the beginning? This might be a train wreck of a review. I think I said big and busy. If not, whatever. This is a review going off the rails. I've called Sierra Hotel, Sierra Nevada, potentially. I don't even know if I named the beer at the beginning. Whatever. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm going to give this a high 4.25, go 4.3. This is absolutely a great beer. It's just not as good as that triple cuff, but it's better than that Power Plant. So those are like the triple IPAs that I can compare it to as far as like West Coast Triple IPAs go. Delicious beer though, in its own right. So price point availability, this is where I say I have absolutely no idea. So Sierra Hotel or anybody else that watches this review, if you can tell me what this goes for, I'd imagine probably in that $22 to $26 realm. A lot of triple IPAs from California, not surprisingly, on like that $25, $26 area. So yeah, if you're paying $6 for a can of that, or $6.50, I get it. It's 10%. It's a big triple. It's triple dry hopped too. So keep all that in mind. Availability, this is where I will 100% say I have no idea. Zero. So again, if anybody knows the availability, please post in the comment section. So another delicious triple dry hopped West Coast Triple IPA from a brewery that I have never had anything from. I've heard the name before, but I've never had anything from them. So yeah, I'm going to shut this one down. Once again, absolutely huge thanks to Sierra Hotel for this beer and all the beers he sent my way, and all the beers he sent my way over the past 1.5 to 2 years. He has sent me some killer beers, some bucket list beers, and this past beer mail was fantastic. And after he sent this past beer mail and I went through them all, again, I can safely say I am a West Coast hop forward beer fan. Doesn't matter if it's a pale ale, IPA, double IPA, triple IPA. My palate now craves the dryness, the bitterness. I like the new school ones a little bit more because you do get that pop of like juiciness, the pot, like the candied fruit, the more of the like sweeter kind of fruit notes, but you still get that big dry bittering finish. So it's like a marriage of like a new school or a New England IPA or hazy IPA, what with the soul of a old school West Coast IPA. So I'm loving them, and I'm going to continue loving them, I think, going forward. Let me finish the tasting notes. I didn't read them because I was going to start saying something. Nectarine, sure, I said peach, apricot, nectarine, should cover my bases, I guess. Guava nectar, I would have said guava nectar, but I did say passion fruit, guava, lychee, and Douglas Fir cone. Yeah, kind of in that floral, floral, piney, sprucey area. So yeah, I think they did I didn't say any of those exactly, but I'm kind of in the wheelhouse. So once again, huge thanks to Sierra Hotel. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers. I did say 10% hides it. Well, this is scary to drink. It really is. Cheers.